Communication is the key. Good morning and welcome to In the Car with Clint. Today is a beautiful spring day here in South Australia with an expected rainfall of, 10 to 500 mil. Global warming, who knows? Anyway, communication. It's something that I've talked about before. I'll probably continue to talk about it because I like to communicate, sometimes over-communicate. I think that the best communicators in the world are the ones that do the best, if they choose to. And that can be as a writer, say, is it J.K. Rowling? I don't read books that much. Or public speakers. If you want to become the Prime Minister or the President, you need to be able to communicate well. If you want to lead a company, you need to be able to communicate well. But today's specific communication is around deadlines and issues. Because I think in our industry, in our customers' industry and in our industry, right now South Australia has quite a buoyant market in construction because of some government-funded grants. And so there's more work than there are workers. And there's more stock than there's more supply requirements than there are stock, and therefore there's going to be supply shortages and there's going to be availability shortages for people that have a service-based business. The worst thing you can do as a business owner is stick your head in the sand and not talk about it, because your clients have an expectation that they're going to get this stock on a certain day, or your clients have an expectation that you're going to finish their pergola on a certain day, or your clients have an expectation that something is going to happen and they make their plans around it. And this used to happen a lot when we were working, it's happened on both sides. So as a household, we'll have people that are meant to come to to meet us in the morning for something, and we make changes around how our kids get dropped at school, and then they just don't rock up. And it's like, in their mind, that they're too scared to have the conversation because they're worried about what might happen. But in not having the conversation, they completely fuck it up. Whereas if they just said, hey, I'm going to be late, or I'm not going to come, or whatever, obviously forgetting about it's different, but most of the time it's, lack of communication. That person can then make arrangements to change how things are occurring in their household so that it doesn't cause trouble. And you'll find most people, if they know what's going on, are quite reasonable. The ones that aren't your customer anyway. Now, on the other side, Lawn Hub, we've had some growing pains. Things don't go well. Something gets lost in shipping. The best thing you can do is communicate with the client about what's going on. Most people just have a fear that that they're going to lose something, so that they're going to lose money, or they're going to lose the stock, or they're going to lose reputation, or that they're going to lose. Or say for Lawn Hub, like they're going to lose a window of time to put their fertilizer out, and then their lawn's not going to grow, so they're not going to be as, if that's one of the measurements of their success, they're not going to have a nice lawn, that they feel like you're taking something from them. Or if they feel like you're not going to get back to them, they're going to feel like you've stolen money from them because it's not going. And by communicating with people when things like this happen, it reassures them that they're going to be okay and you're not going to leave them in the lurch. Final one. If you have a misalignment of expectations, and then there's two parties that they dig their heels in and don't communicate about it, no one wins. And the idea is that you go have these communications, you go communicate with each other and talk about, what you think needs to happen, what you are, disappointed about, what has happened, or what you perceived has happened, because there's going to be three sides to that story. And then have a talk about it, and then sort it out. As humans, we're blessed with this ability to communicate, deeply, even from a facial expression standpoint. And yet, so many of us choose not to communicate because they're scared of what might happen, or they haven't learned how to communicate well. And you'll find the more you do this, especially difficult conversations, the more you have them, the better you'll get at it. And the easier they become, and the more often you'll have them, and the better your life will become, both financially and from an alignment of expectations and from a pure happiness standpoint. And if money's important to you, it will help there too. That is it. Go have a difficult conversation. Make a phone call that you should have made. Tell a client that you're not going to get the job done. Tell a client that they've run out of stock and we can't help them. whatever it is, deal with it now, because that thing multiplies and it squares. It doesn't just times, it squares. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And if you leave it till the day that it's due, you are going to cause trouble for your client, and you're going to cause trouble for yourself, and you're going to cause trouble for your business. And it's not a nice feeling. I don't think I need my windscreen wipers on. That is it. Thanks for tuning into In the Car with Clint. Kept it nice and short, like D'Artagnan likes it. And if you thought this video was good, please give it a like or share it with someone that maybe... This is perfect time to share the video. Share a communicate via a communication video. You might even want to share it with someone that you love that might not be communicating well enough. Anyway, be kind to each other. If you're in South Australia today, stay dry. I'll talk to you soon. See ya.